Well, you know, when a child is bored at home, it's not so difficult to change his environment. He just needs a more stimulating environment. And we would put reading into that environment because once a child is learning to read, kids are linguistic geniuses. They love language. They love their own language. They love a second language or a third language. And here in Singapore, where you have so many languages, such a rich environment, that teaching a child to read in all of those wonderful languages, this would be the greatest fun that you could possibly provide. So as long as you begin with nice single words and you work up using the words that your child wants, I think the key is you have to find out what your child is interested in. If your child loves ballet, then you're going to do ballet words. If your child loves motorcycles, then you're going to do motorcycle words. You're going to begin from the interest of the child. A big mistake in all of education is to take an arbitrary curriculum and try to ram it down the throat of the student. With tiny children, you must find what that child loves. And when you do that, you can teach a child to read, you can teach a child to do mathematics, you can teach a child just about anything that you can teach in an honest and factual way, as long as you keep consulting him. He's the expert in what he loves. So you want to keep going back and saying, is this the book you'd like to have? Did you like the book we just did? You need to keep asking him, are we on the right track here? And if we follow his lead, if we trust him to know what he likes, then we can use that as a platform, as a springboard, to teach him anything. And then we can create a household that is rich in stimulation. And if we add to that a great physical program, because kids really do need a great physical program, where they're getting enough walking, where they're getting enough running, where they actually are feeling physically strong and fit, that makes a huge difference. And third, social growth is important. And social growth begins and ends at home. It isn't true that kids need other kids. That's one of the great myths of the last 50 years. That's a kind of lie we tell ourselves to make it okay to put our kids in with a lot of other kids. The only thing a 3-year-old can teach another 3-year-old is how to be a 3-year-old. And he already knows how to be a 3-year-old. He gets his social growth from mother, from father, from older brother, from grandmother. In that family unit, that's where you learn this is okay, this is not okay. And again, we live in a society which, on the one end, is not giving kids enough attention, and on the other end, oddly, is allowing them to run around like little savages and do whatever they want. And that's a very bad combination. So we would say, create a stimulating environment, spend time with your child, but remember, it's your house. That roof you put over your child's head. Your child should follow your rules. Your child should be a gentleman, or your child should be a lady, right from day one. And it's okay to say to your child, that's not okay. We don't do that in our house. Take a time, sit over there, think about it for a few minutes, and when you've thought about it, we'll talk again. I think the simple, common actions of saying parents have rights too, and we have a right to a civilized environment, this is all part of a stimulating environment, because you have to have respect. And you have to have the child's respect, and the child, brother and sister, have to have respect for each other too. So you have to create the rules of the game, and you have to keep those rules consistently. If we're consistent with kids, they understand that, and they appreciate it.